friends to each other in a circle in a hoop that never ends. You have
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor, and a big hello to everybody online. Thanks for joining us. My name is Judy. I'm your host today, and Reverend David is my co-host. Here at Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor, we draw upon the universal wisdom found at the heart of all the world religions and offer a spiritually progressive, socially responsive, and radically inclusive approach to life that is as practical as it is mystical. We come together to encourage and support one another in our individual spiritual journeys. Wherever you are in that process, we are glad that you joined us today.
And we are glad that you joined us today, and I'm delighted to have Judy here as our host, and we're delighted to have Adam Bergman as our music director.
Thank you.
So I'm going to invite Judy to open us in prayer.
Okay. So if we can get centered. In this moment of quiet and peace, we focus on our inner light. We know that we are one with the one source of all light. This light shines bright. We are connected to an inexhaustible source of light and love, which is good, which is God. Take this in and smile. You are an important part of the plan of good. Everything you need has already been provided. Your supply is ready and available now. In this now moment, you are exactly where you need to be. Be present to this moment. Be present to your life. We give thanks right now for the gift of light and love. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Thank you, Judy. I do want to introduce our prayer chaplain today. Susan Fabreau is right over here in the green. She is available today as a prayer chaplain. So if any of you would like someone to pray with directly after the service, Judy will be upstairs in our prayer room, and she would be delighted to... Susan. Yeah, Susan would be delighted to pray with you.
And we've got our prayer request box right there. We've got prayer slips. We've got a pen. Put someone's name on it, even yourself. The prayer chaplain team will pray over it for 30 days and forward it on to Silent Unity. So whoever, whatever you're praying for, just put it on a slip, and we count it a joy to pray.
You know, Unity has the oldest prayer service, online prayer service in the United States. And you can, if you are ever feeling like you need someone to pray with, you can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Real simple, 1-800-NOW-PRAY. And that'll connect you with Silent Unity. And though that's 24/7, I mean, it's available. So that is one of the wonderful services that Unity provides for everyone.
And I think they have email.
Yeah, you can.
You can even email your
prayer if you
don't want to talk,
right?
And they'll email you back. Okay, time for music. So Adam, what do you have for us today?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, July 20th. I hope everyone is having a delightful summer so far. So if you can all please rise and join for another, I say every song's my favorite, but I really, really like this one. And special thanks to Mike for all the tracks and beautiful arrangements when he's not here, so we can keep celebrating with joyous music and feel that spirit. So this is one of my favorite Karen Drucker songs. Please feel free to put your hands out and join in head, arms, feet, feel connected to this song. This is I Am Healed. From my feet, I call the healing power. Up from my feet, draw it to my heart. It's already feet, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. In through my hands, I call the healing power. In through my hands, I draw it to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. In through my hands, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Down from my head, I call the healing power. Down from my head, I draw it to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. Down from my head, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. With my spirit and soul, I call the healing power. With my spirit and soul, I draw it to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. With my spirit and soul, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Up from the earth, I call the healing power. Up from the earth, I draw to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. Up from the earth, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Gonna send it back to the earth. I send the healing power back to the earth. I send it from my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. Back to the earth. I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Thank you. A lovely track done by Mike. Thank you so much. And a beautiful song to start this beautiful summer morning. I love the word awe. I love the word amazing. I love the etymology of words. So this next one is one of our Unity classics, and it's simple, but I think simple is really beautiful. Sometimes the simplest move is right. So please join me in singing this gorgeous track, God is So Amazing. God is so amazing, shining through you. God is so amazing, shining through you. One look in your eyes and you know it's true. God is so amazing. is so amazing, shining through me. God is so amazing, shining through us. God is so amazing, shining through us. Your heart and my heart is the sweetest love. God is so amazing. God is so amazing. God is so amazing, shining through us. Thank you.
And you may be seated. You know, unity teaches that each person is a unique individual expression of God, and that we create our experience of life according to the thoughts and the feelings that we hold in our minds.
Unity was founded on prayer. We believe and teach that affirmative prayer and meditation changes us by raising our consciousness and helping us realize our connection with the divine and the truth of who we are.
So our affirmation for July is, the light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. Could you please repeat that with me? The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. So now Adam is going to sing a special song for us.
Thank you. Good morning, all, once again here and at home. Happy summer, happy July. Thank you to Annette for beautiful voice, lending your beautiful voice last week, and to Madeline as well. A little round of applause for beautiful guest singers and musicians. Appreciate it. And while I was away up north of GTA doing some gig work, nothing like performing outside in layers and layers of drag. But honestly, under the sunset and the stars, it really hit me. I'm not one to get out of the city much. I grew up with a rural life, but I really thought about my time up past Markham, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to a beautiful classic about, you know, our relationship with nature. And once again, we honor the beautiful land that Unity and this beautiful building is on from our Indigenous ancestors. So I felt connected to wanting to pick this beautiful classic, and this is Colors of the Wind. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come rolling around the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the rivers are my brothers, the heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or let the eagle tell you where he's been? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, for whether we are white or copper skin, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all your own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind. Thank you. Now let's walk a path with the beautiful talk by Reverend David.
That was a beautiful song and a beautiful message as well. Thank you. So, well, good morning, everyone, and good to see each and every one of you. It's good to be together. And for all of those of you that are joining us online, I want to welcome you as well. So welcome to everyone. Thank you for being here. You know, I also want to thank Devani Peters, our president of our Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor, the president of the board, and she did the honor of being our guest speaker last week. And so thank you so much. I thought you did a beautiful job. It was a lovely, lovely message. Yeah. And it ties in beautifully with our message today. So thank you so much. Now, before we dive into today's message, I want to start with something essential to spiritual growth, a good laugh. So, you know, I recently reread, I actually read this some time ago, but I just recently reread it about how trees can communicate with each other through their root systems. Apparently, they send signals underground, sharing nutrients, warning each other about pests, and even helping out their struggling neighbors. Trees have the ability to take in the nutrients that, from the ground, and actually they have the ability to share it with their neighboring trees, especially those that are suffering some type of damage. So I think that in itself is totally amazing. So that made me wonder, If trees can talk underground, what do you think they're saying? So by using my overactive imagination, I can see two trees talking, Gus and Bob. Hey Bob, your leaves are looking a little wilted. Rough week? Yeah, Gus, too much squirrel drama. I'm just trying to stay grounded. Then Gus says, did you hear about Maple down the hill? Dropped all of her leaves early. A classic overachiever. Then Bob says, yeah, I know, right? Always trying to be the first one to into autumn. Such a show-off. And then I imagine a wise old oak up on the hill, looking down, sighing and offering a bit of wisdom, saying, kids these days, always chasing the sun, they just need to learn to root down and let the light come to them. You know, laughter reminds us that not to take our journey too seriously. It softens the edges, opens the heart, and like those trees, it helps us stay connected beneath the surface. This month, as we have been affirming our July affirmation, the light of divine wisdom, you can show that up on the screen if you will. The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I know and I grow in understanding each day. Will you repeat that with me? The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. Today we're going to explore what it means to live that wisdom, not just glimpse it in moments of clarity, but walk with it, breathe it, embody it. Because wisdom isn't just something that we learn. It's something that we integrate. It's not a concept, it's a way of being. And that's the heart of our message today. Homecoming, integrating wisdom, and walking the path. So my last 3 talks that I've done have been part of a 4-part series. In these talks, we journeyed through awakening, we stepped into truth, and now we ask, how do we live from the truth that we have remembered? How do we let the light of divine wisdom guide us, not just on Sundays, but in the quiet moments of every day? I invite you to take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Let yourself arrive. Be fully present to this moment. We're not here to become something new. We're here to come home to what we already are. So I want to revisit a little bit from the past talks. In stepping into the truth, we explored the illusion of separation and awakening to the truth of being. Our touchstone insight was we don't find the divine. We uncover that we are the divine. And that is the truth that we awaken to. Our first unity principle states that there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and active in our lives. And we live and we move and we have our being in that oneness. So I'm going to invite you to reflect now, how is this statement of truth, this fact that there is only one presence and one power, this fact that we are part of that one presence and one power, how is that showing up in your life? I mean, have you noticed this past week, were you times when you paused and remembered your true nature? Were there times that when the illusion of separation was so strong that you felt it, but how did you come out of it? What helped you to return to the truth of who you are? Awakening stirs the seeker. It's the moment we realize that life is calling us to something greater. And that something greater is not outside of us. It's within us. I think we've all felt that call. That call to something greater. That call that we know there's something more to life. I felt it as a small boy. I mean, from the time I was little, just probably 6 or 7, I felt it. I felt the call that there was something so much more. And I felt that call, I mean, during my whole life growing up. I was a prolific reader. I was constantly reading. I mean, I wasn't reading, simple stuff. I was reading all of this deep metaphysical, spiritual stuff, And I was just soaking it in like a sponge. And then when I went to college, I got my bachelor's of arts at the University of Texas, and it took me 7 years because I kept on switching my majors. I went from one major to another, and I got that and said, this is not it. Then I went to another major and said, no, this is not it. I just kept on switching. Finally, after 7 years, I got my bachelor's of arts in political science, of all things. Something that I pretty much never used. And then when I started working, I had a whole lot of careers. And I found myself interested in everything. And so I would get involved in some career and really, really enjoy it. Some of the things I worked at, I had a construction company. I had a construction company for 17 years. We were taking houses and renovating and flipping them, and I was in real estate, and I was in real estate development. I was a real estate developer, investor. I made lots of money, and I lost lots of money. Then people kept on saying, oh, you're such a wonderful cook. You ought to become a chef. So I became a chef. I eventually became a restaurant owner. I had a catering company. I had a very successful restaurant owner, but it wore me out. I mean, I had a very successful restaurant, but it literally wore me out. After 5 years, I was ready to sell it. And I said, oh, God, I just want to sell this. And somebody knocked on my door and said, would you be interested in selling your restaurant? I swear that's exactly what happened. And I mean, all I had to do was put it out there that I wanted to sell the restaurant. I was finished with this, and they showed up on my doorstep. So anyway, I eventually ended up at the University of Texas in at their research campus, which is a huge research. They have a nuclear reactor there and everything. And I had gotten a job. Somebody had called me and said, "There's a job I think you'd really be interested in." And I applied, and of course I got it. And I ended up being head of the food services at the research center at the University of Texas in Austin at their the J.J. Pickle Research Center, and serving all of the staff. And also they had a conference center there, and I was doing food for all the conferences and everything. And this was a job. This was a plum job, working for the University of Texas with all the benefits and retirement. I mean, it really was. And I just decided this is not it. And I heard this voice, and I really literally heard it. I heard the voice. I mean, it was just like me talking to you. Man shall not live by bread alone. Okay? That was a voice. Literally, I heard it. And it stuck with me. I could not shake it. And I remembered Ever since I was a little boy, I had felt I was called into ministry. From the time I was knee-high, had felt called into ministry. And I quit my job, and despite my wife's objections, I went off to ministerial school. I just did everything I needed to. I ended up in the ministerial school at Unity Village in 2008 and went into their program. And if you know my story, that did not stop there. There was, I was there for 2 years, and my wife had to have an operation. I went back home. I decided, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this because she needs me. And then we ended up getting a divorce. And then I went back to school in 2013. And in 2016, I became an ordained Unity minister. And then somehow in 2017, I ended up here, which was not on my radar. And I have been extremely blessed to be here because this is exactly where I was supposed to be. So we have the calling. Sometimes it's very clear and we just ignore it like I did. But you can't turn away from it. If you have a calling, it's there and you need to respond or you'll be miserable. I can guarantee you. So, in the first series of talks, Awakening the Seeker, we explored that call. And then in Stepping into Truth, which was the next one, we saw that the divine is not something we find, it's what we are. So, as Jesus reminded us, the kingdom of God is within you. And in the Gospel of Thomas, he said, the kingdom of heaven is spread out before you, and man does not see it. It's spread out before us. So it's not something out there, okay? It's not someday. It's here, and it's now. It's the very essence of your being. So now in this talk, Homecoming, we ask, what does it mean to live from that truth? What does it mean to live from that truth? How do we walk the path? Not as seekers, but those who remember the truth of who we are. And this is where wisdom becomes embodied. This is where spiritual insight becomes spiritual practice. This is where our Unity's fifth principle comes alive. And our fifth principle is that knowing the truth is not enough. We must live it. So today we're talking about homecoming. And homecoming is not a destination, it's a return. A return to the truth that we glimpsed in awakening. A return to the ground of being that was never absent, only overlooked. In Unity, we affirm that the Christ within is not something we must become. It is who we are. It is not a goal to reach, but a truth to remember. And from the direct perspective, which I bring in because I like its clarity, homecoming is even simpler. Awareness doesn't evolve. It doesn't grow. It doesn't become. It simply is. It is unchanging. It is ever present, and it is untouched by experience. In theology, we call that the absolute. Unity might call it the principle. But whether we speak of the Christ within or the unchanging awareness, the invitation is the same. To live from the truth we've glimpsed. To walk the path not as seekers, but as those who remember. Integration is not about collecting spiritual ideas. It's about resting in the felt sense of being. It's about resting in the truth of who we are. It's the difference between talking about the ocean and feeling the wave dissolve into its source. The wave never stopped being ocean. And integration is the wave remembering it is ocean without losing its form. It knows its essence. In Unity, we teach we have the 12 powers, which you've heard us speak of. And the 12 powers are our spiritual faculties inherent in every person. They are expressions of the divine within us. And these were first articulated by our Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore, who described them not as traits to develop, but as living currents of spiritual capacity that awaken us to align with the truth of who we are. These powers are portals into our divine nature, pathways through which the Christ or our spiritual essence within reveals itself. Let's highlight 4 of these powers: the power of faith, wisdom, strength, and love. So the power of faith is the quiet assurance, not in external outcomes, but in the constancy of spirit as our source. It roots us in trust, not belief in what might happen, but deep knowing of what already is. And the power of wisdom is more than discernment. It's the intuitive voice of presence. It doesn't come from thought. It arises from stillness, from within. It's the compass that we follow when the mind is unsure, but the heart is clear. And then the power of strength is not the strain of striving. It's the quiet stability of presence. It's the rootedness that holds firm when the storm rises. Not a force that resists, but a stillness that endures. True strength does not conquer, it contains. It doesn't shout above the wind, it listens beneath it. And the power of love is the magnetic force of the universe. It's not sentiment, but sacred recognition. It sees the divine in each face, the holy in every moment. It's the power that unifies and dissolves separation. So these powers are not qualities we acquire. They are expressions of what we already are. When we walk the path with awareness, these faculties awaken and guide us, not through striving, but through surrender. Not by force, but by alignment with the spiritual essence at our core. Homecoming doesn't happen in isolation. It unfolds in relationship. We remember who we are through mutual recognition. And that's what we do here at Unity Spiritual Center, Windsor. We see the Christ in each other. We see our true spiritual essence. To affirm the sacred worth of every person, especially those who've been told they don't belong, is to walk the path of love. Belonging is not a social gesture. It's the spiritual truth. So we're going to be closing our talk today by exploring some practical ways to walk the path this week, by letting our lives be the expression of the truth that we've touched upon. But let's take a few minutes before we do that, and let's rest in the stillness for a while. Let's do our meditation right now. Let's just rest in that stillness below all that noise. So I do invite you to just relax in your seat and get comfortable. And I want to, let's gently affirm our affirmation, today's affirmation. The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. Would you repeat that with me? The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. So take a deep breath and let that slowly go out. Just feel your body as it sits there in the seat. Allow yourself to feel supported. You are. Allow yourself to feel grounded. And just notice the breathing as you breathe in and you breathe out. And as we sit here and noticing our breath, feeling grounded, we realize that we are not the breath. We are not the body. We are the awareness in which all of this is happening. So we're resting here, being present, being fully present to this present moment, allowing ourselves to feel the energy of Spirit. And we let thoughts come and go like the clouds in the sky, because they will come. But just like the clouds, if we don't grab hold of them, they will pass away. So we're resting in the space that notices the clouds. We are that space. We are that infinite space, that infinite awareness. And let's say our affirmation again. The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. Repeat that with me. The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. Rest in that for just a moment. Let this truth settle into your heart. So let's just rest in the silence for just a moment. Being fully present, being fully open, being fully available to the wisdom of Spirit, to the guidance of Spirit that lies within you. And in this oneness, we are strengthened. We are guided. All the wisdom of the world is right here within us, right here, right now. And I have a new affirmation, and I'm going to put it on the screen if you need to use it, but you can probably follow along without opening your eyes. But The new affirmation that I want you to take into your heart is, I am the fullness of divine presence. Nothing is lacking in me. So if you can, please repeat that after me. I am the fullness of divine presence. Nothing is lacking in me. One more time. I am the fullness of divine presence. Nothing is lacking in me. And allow yourself to feel that, to experience the truth of that. I am the fullness of divine presence. Nothing is lacking in me. So we're going to sit in this silence just for a little bit as we allow that to settle gently into our hearts, as we allow that truth to become embodied. So I invite you to begin to bring your awareness back to this room as we prepare for some closing thoughts. And just go ahead and feel the ground beneath your feet. And notice your breath again. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes. Welcome back. So today we've journeyed from awakening to integration, from glimpsing the truth to living it, from seeking the divine to remembering that we are divine. So I invite us to walk the path not as a seeker, but as a rememberer. Let our lives be an expression of the truth that we've touched. So what does walking the path look like for you this week? Here are some practical ways to walk the path this week. I have a slide. Here they are. Begin each day in stillness. A few minutes of silence each day before the day begins. Not to prepare the mind, but to recenter it. Let the day arise from presence, not from hurry. Speak from the heart, not habit. Catch yourself before the automatic reply. Pause, breathe, and respond with intention. Let your words carry the vibration of truth. Let them carry the vibration of kindness. Create a homecoming altar. Place a candle, a quote, or a symbol that reminds you of your divine nature. And return to that daily. For many people, it's just an affirmation that really speaks to them, and they paste it or tape it to their bathroom mirror because it's something that all of us pretty much always look in that mirror when we get up in the morning, eventually, especially before we go out. I do. And so that's a great place to put an affirmation that you can remind yourself every day of the truth of who you are. And that's not really necessarily a ritual, it's just a way to remember. So practice sacred listening. When someone speaks, give your full attention, not just to the words, but to the being behind the words. Listen as awareness itself. Truly see the person. See who they are, the truth of their being. Look into their souls. Give them your full attention. That is sacred listening. And then notice your judgments and soften them. When the inner critic arises toward yourself or another, pause and ask, what am I believing right now? And allow presence to answer that with grace. Affirm your divine essence throughout the day. Whisper inwardly throughout the day, I am the fullness of divine presence. Not as a mantra, but as, again, just to remind yourself. We need to remind ourselves of the truth of who we are because we're being bombarded by negative messages, by lies. So we need to do this on a daily basis. And then extend sacred belonging to someone who needs it. Reach out to someone who may feel left out or unseen. You can see who it is in their eyes. Let your interaction say, you are not separate. You belong. That's your heart speaking. And then such simple things. Bless your food, bless your breath, bless your body. Even brief acts of gratitude deepen awareness. And that routine can turn into reference. So let this week be your homecoming. Not to return to something lost, but a deepening into what's always been here. And Ken, did you have a question?
Number 4, practice sacred listening.
Yes.
In my mind, when you said that, you used the word see. S-E-E, you said it more than once. So I was thinking, practice sacred seeing, looking for signs, looking for imagery, which is sacred imagery. Sacred listening, which is with the ear, and sacred seeing, which is with the eye and the heart.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. It's seeing the person for who they truly are. In unity, we say is seeing the Christ. I behold the Christ in you. It's seeing that, seeing beyond this physical, image here.
And the symbolism of a bird is just, it's right in front of you.
It is.
What does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I think one of the best greetings or parting gestures is from the Hindu. I love it. It's namaste. Namaste. That is, the divine in me greets the divine in you. And I don't know about you, but I feel pretty wonderful right now.
Thank you, Reverend David. I really enjoyed your talk. I like your story. None of us go in a straight line. No. So, but, keep at it, right? So, no, I really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to listen to it again at home because I think I missed some really important things. It's when you talk and then you think about what you're saying, then you miss some of what you're saying. But anyways, really enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can thank Adam.
Oh, yeah, okay, yes,
Yeah, because-
I confused myself.
That's okay. But I thought you had really beautiful choices today. The first song, Adam, I never really heard before, but I think it's very powerful. And so they went together really well. I really love Karen Drucker anyways, but so it was really great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Okay. So at this time, let us take to heart our vision, mission, and statement of being, which is shown on the screen. So we have a global vision. Will you please speak it with me? Our world is, our vision is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
And we have a sacred mission. Let's say this together. We
Inspire and empower spiritual growth to awaken us and transform the world. And we have a personal statement of being. Will you say that with me? I am a dynamic center of the Christ light, mighty to unfold my good and radiate that good to all.
So we have a few announcements. Additional information is contained in our newsletter or on our website.
Okay, so Unity volunteers have a lot of fun. They do, and so we want you to come out and volunteer. We're looking for people to work in hospitality and in the seminar team, and also in the bingo committee. The hospitality team, of course, is the one that does all the food events that we have every Sunday, and a little bit of cleanup and putting food out and making the coffee. So we could always use, the more people that we have in those positions, the easier it is on everyone. And then we also have the seminar team that is responsible for our seminars and our workshops. Our seminars are fundraising for us, so if you're interested in doing something like that, please see Annette. Annette is right there. She's the head of that team, and she would love to speak with you. Then we have our bingo committee. That raises money for our community, and it's a great way to volunteer. It's easy, very, very easy, a couple of hours once a month, and that's it. And so, but it really does help us pay our rent here. So it's a great team to be on.
Yes.
So anyway, that's
Okay, so we've got something, a lockbox code change. So in keeping with our agreement with Maryvale regarding use of a lockbox, providing entry keys for use by approved members, we are changing the lockbox code. If you continue to require use of the lockbox, which allows you to get in during non-business hours here, you will need to fill out a new agreement form and turn it in to Reverend David before receiving the new code. And you can pick up a form from Reverend David or from Maria, our office administrator.
okay. So tomorrow, Monday, July the 21st, from 6:30 to 8, on the second floor hospitality fellowship room, Tammy Malosh will be doing the Divine Feminine group, and that is a very popular group. So anyway, that's upstairs tomorrow for the women, 6:30 to 8. Please join her. Okay.
And next Sunday, July 27th, we're celebrating National Tree Day. You'll be speaking again, Reverend David.
I will be. Mm-hmm.
And the talk title is Understanding the Web of Life, a Spiritual Call to Earth Care.
So we're going to be looking at earth care and also our one of our 12 powers, the power of understanding. So it'll be tied in with earth care. So I think you'll find it interesting. Also, we have a family barbecue picnic party coming up, and a very generous Ken Hart. Ken, raise your hand. He is having it at his home. It's this year's Day of Sunshine and Laughter, and everyone is invited. Ken's going to be providing almost all the food, the vegan and non-vegan, hamburgers and hot dogs, and if you would like to bring something to drink, please bring your own drink. Also, some cold salads. If you want to bring a cold salad, that would be also very, very good. And so there's lots of things planned. So it's good for kids as well. So bring the kids. There'll be ring toss, frisbee, darts. Anyway, there's flyers all over the place. There's there are those in the elevator, and there's out here in the foyer. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask Ken. Ken.
I just want to make sure everybody knew that I'm invited up +1, and that +1 doesn't have to be a congregant here at Unity. It can be someone who is not attending Unity, so feel free. And also children and adolescents, and even the friends of children and adolescents are welcome. We'll have activities for beanbag toss, etc.
So this is a very open and fun day for us all. So you are invited, and I'm looking forward to it. Also, if you are planning on going, just so we can sort of get an idea of numbers, there is a sign-up sheet, so that would be helpful if you would sign up.
Okay, all of our classes, programs, and services are made possible by the generous donations of your time, your talent, and your treasure. We're deeply grateful for all our volunteers and your financial support, which is so important. And we're just so grateful for that.
You know, donating is simple. You can visit our website to explore the many easy ways that we've created for you to contribute. Or you can use the donation box, which is right over here as you come into the chapel. So for your prayers, your love, your time, your presence, your service, and your support, we thank you.
Okay, so now it's time for our love offering blessing. If everybody would please stand up, and let's say this out loud.
Oh, and it's birthdays. Okay, it is birthday today.
Oh, birthday days.
Yeah, upstairs.
Okay,
But we'll,
okay.
Yeah.
So divine love in me and
And
through
through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Love surrounds us,
We are light.
and the love of the divine enfolds us,
We are
Love.
love.
and the peace of love fills us,
We
are
are
peace.
peace.
and the power of love protects us,
We are power.
and the presence of love watches over us.
We are presence.
And wherever we are, love is.
All is divine.
And my friends, you truly are. Thank you again for being here. And please join us upstairs. And it is birthday day, so we have cake and ice cream.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy born this day to everyone.
Thank you. Whose? Oh, no. I'm a November boy.
And I want